Okay, so I was an idiot, which Matt commented on, and not that he called me an idiot. He just pointed out that I am an idiot in a very nice way, and I appreciate that actually. Um, so I went off this relay here. I'm sorry, this schematic from the relay that I got. What I needed to do was go off of this, which is the ProFlow setup. So here's the fuel pump. That's the ground. That's the red cable that I already ran. That's still going to be the same all the way to the battery. I still ran the ground all the way to the battery. That's okay. What I needed was this, and that's that signal wire coming from the ECU. So this is what's going to tell it to turn the fuel pump on and off. And then this orange wire that is shown here, that's the 12 volt switch that I have there. So instead of tying into the radio, I'm just going to plug it into this guy as well. ProFlow gives you a end to use. I didn't quite use the right colors. This is the wire that I had available. The yellow is from the relay that I had, so I'm just going to keep with that color. And then this was it says 10 white, so I'm just going to go with this black cable that I have, but it's different than the other black cable, so it will differentiate a little bit. So I'm going to plug this in and get hooked up. Okay, here's the other end of that from the ECU. So let me see what I got here. That's the one I just made. The ProFlow gave me the ends here, and the little metal deals crimped. I had to crimp onto the wire, and then this is the side that was already made that hooks back to this connector with the ECU here. And so I'm just going to plug those two in, and then this yellow wire is going to actually hook up to this guy here, which, remember, I plugged that into the radio. That was the switched power, so I'm just going to clip it off there. Radio will have it switch power all to itself again. And then this will provide the switched power. And then that gray cable there is going to connect into this black cable, which I'll run back, and then we'll hook it into the to the relay. Okay, so on this relay, and this is the schematics from the relay itself. Don't know if you can see that. This is 86 and this is 85. This is where the chassis ground right here plugs in from the relay harness, if you would. And so what I need to do is, if you look right here, 85 needs to go to that signal wire. And so what I'm going to do is go ahead and get that connected right now. And I just have to figure out how to get that tied in, but I think I can just splice it onto that little ground wire, and that'll be perfect. Okay, if you look right here, I pulled the harness off. This is that little ground wire. I'm just going to cut this eye bolt off, and I'm going to tie in, not that cable, this guy here that I just ran. So I'll just tie that to that, and then I should be good. Okay, I tied those two in together. I used a 16 gauge butt connector because this is a 12 gauge, and I think that's an 18 or so kind of went in between there. I was able to get it on there pretty well. I'm going to throw that back into there. All right, going to get a little bit more wiring done. So I got a hold of Painless and found out that I can wire these two wires into the reverse light switch. So this is 958 and 956 and 958, I believe. So basically, this is off the engine harness, and this is going to go drop down in below the to where the reverse lights go. But I have the dongle here, so I'm going to wire it up here and then drop it down because that'll be a little easier. And then I have to figure out the neutral safety switch. He said I should be able to wire it directly just using these, I believe is what I'll be able to do. I'll have to double check that. And then should be good to go. And the little dongle already has the ends kind of stripped back, so I just gotta take those ends off. Or pigtail is what I guess I should call this instead of a dongle. So this came with the transmission kit that I bought from from Silver Sport for the TKO 600. It did not come with one for the neutral safety switch, which kind of sucks. So I got to get a hold of them to find out. I'm pretty sure it's a T5 neutral safety switch pigtail. I should be able to order one from parts store online or whatever. And I gotta go get the butt connectors. All right. And I don't think the sorry, I got one of these in my mouth. I'll wait to talk after that after I put it on the other one. So I don't think that the reverse light switch is polar, so you can hook either wire to either side from my understanding. So with that said, I want to make sure I'm not too tangled up or anything. Looks pretty good. Okay, so that's good there. My big concern here is waterproofing this. So I think I'm gonna grab some heat shrink that I have and put that on there. All right, because I decided to heat shrink this, I had to cut off those butt connectors and the pigtail because it wouldn't fit. The other thing I noticed is that this connector was a little bit longer. I'm gonna just cut them even, and I think it'll be better that way. So got that, and I put the heat shrink on now. Behind these. Actually, I think I'll shorten this up a little bit. So I only need about this much. Wires back again. The heat shrink did not come with the Painless. That was just something I had laying around. butt connectors do, but at the rate I'm going, I'll probably run out. I have a lot of these still laying around in my electrical stuff. And I dropped the pigtail down here. My problem with dropping stuff. There we go. And there goes dropping stuff again. Okay. Make sure it's all snug in there. So that's where it goes right there. So you have plenty of cable. I'm gonna have to pull it back some, but you can see why I wanted to put that heat shield or the shrink wrap on there. I'm also gonna loom this and tie it up as well. So yeah, next thing will be the that guy there. That's the neutral safety switch, and like I said, this is the end here, but there should be a pigtail that comes off of there, so I need to order that. So I'll probably take this off and put it back up there so I can hook everything up. Okay, with the painless wiring harness, they give you a 67 Mustang turn signal connector adapter, essentially, because that's what they put on the harness. So on the side that's on the car or whatever. And essentially this is a pigtail that what you do is, if you have your original wiring harness, you pull those pins out and then you pop these pins in. My problem is I didn't have the original wiring harness. So I didn't have this, it's like a U-shaped connector. Now I have the other side. Let's come over here. So this is the other side. But what they're telling you in the instructions is for the harness side, let me put that straight, I guess. So what they're telling you in the instructions is on the harness side, pull those pins out and then connect those pins, that pigtail, to this. So I didn't have that other one, so what I did is I purchased, and this is not an advertisement for Painless, it's just I happen to use their stuff because they have the right stuff that I'm looking for. These connectors. So you can see it came with the pins and everything, but obviously all I have to do really is just carefully pull those pins out of the other one and then drop them in one of these, and then put these pins in one of these connectors as well. I'm not sure which one goes which side yet, and then I'll just hook these two connectors together. This will hook to the harness itself, and the turn signal switch will be complete at that point. So I'm going to go ahead and start work on that. Okay, just so it's pretty clear, these two go together like so. That's how we're going to clip those together. The female connectors, so these are the male connectors. The females from the from the other side are going to go into this one, and then the males go into this guy here. So I'm going to pop these in there, and then what I'll do is color match from the other side, because this should color match the harness on the other side. And then to go in there, make sure I put them in the right side. It looks like these go together like this. I just have to pick some pins and go in from this side. And I'm going to try and keep it fairly straight off of this connector. And then once you slide them in, they don't slide back. They have little tabs on them that keep them in. Pretty straightforward. Just like that. So I'm going to go through and pop these in, and then I'll do the other side color match. So on this side, a little different. Can't just pop them in. I have to take them out first. So you see I popped this one out. So essentially what you're doing is inside of there, you can see the pins. And I can't do this with one hand, so I'm going to set this up on my stand and show you kind of how I pop one out. Okay, so what you do is you just take one of these, like a little electrical flathead screwdriver, and just kind of poke it in there, and I grab a hold of the one wire and kind of give it a pull as I'm doing this, because it'll tell me if I got the tab. And they kind of only go from one side. Let's see if I can get this one. They do come out of here. I'm going to give it a whirl. I'm not going to bore you. Oh, there it went, see? Just when you're not paying attention. But you can see that pin is still intact. We're in good shape there. So I got a couple out. Just go ahead and pull the rest of them out. I don't have to worry about repinning them as soon as I pull them out. If you do have the actual harness, you want to repin it based on color as soon as you pull it out. This one I'm just going to color match on the other side of the painless harness. Okay, so that's what that connector looks like all put together. Again, I just matched the colors from the painless harness, put them on the back side on this side. This is from the steering wheel column, goes up in the column there. And then this goes, oh, I'm gonna have to turn my light on, hold on, right here. That's gonna plug into this guy, and we should be in good shape from there. So as long as I matched everything up right, matches up to this, we'll be good. Okay, and there it is connected. I just ran it up and under for right now, like so, and I'm gonna, there's a piece that goes on here that'll hold this under here, and then as far as this sheathing, I might take that off and put something else on there, we'll see, because yeah, and then don't mind this is the horn ground wire. I'm gonna redo this guy as well, so I'm just kind of leaving it there for now.